Why is money viewed as evil? Money is viewed as evil because people walk around for so long saying quotes and saying things that are not true. Money is the root of all evil. This is a deep dive. I believed it for so long. Did you believe it? Are you believing it right now? And it keeps us away. It puts up walls because it's not true. In the Bible, it says, for the love of money is the root of evil. I made a video titled, I want to make sure I get this right because I'll be forgetting all the videos that I make. Turning your life around by finding your assignment. You were created to live in a purpose, for a purpose. You have a calling that is on your life. That is what you are supposed to love. You're supposed to love that. It's so hard for so long, but once you love that assignment that God gave you, will create the money and the income. Oh my God. People fall in love with chasing the money. They fall in love with the money, and that is what people get so messed up. It is the intention behind having the thing. If you are a bad person before you got the money, you treat people bad, your intention of getting money is bad, you get the money, what are you going to do? You're going to do bad things. You're going to screw over people. You're not going to treat people right. If you are a good person and you get money, you are already blessing people with what you have. You view money as a tool because that is what it is. You get money and you continue doing what you were doing before you had money because money is just an intensifier. The reason that the Bible said what it said, and I'm going off my mind, I am not a preacher, I'm going off what I know and what I have utilized, is it intensifies who you are. If you are in love with understanding the blessings of seeking the kingdom first, if you are in love with understanding I am a good person now and I'm going to be a good person later, what I do is going to be intensified. Getting money and getting rich is just going to continue to amplify and bless your life. But you got to get past, this is what this person said, and if I follow my dreams, and if I go into my assignment, if I follow my purpose, my calling that is on this planet, they're not going to love me anymore. They're going to be mad because I am going after the God-given gift that is inside of me, that is going to create the money. When you get past that, and you are not chasing the shiny object every single time somebody posts something on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. This is how you make $1,000 in a day. This is how you make $10,000 in a day, and you are chasing somebody else's thing. You are in love with the money aspect. Fall in love with your gifts. That's what we're here to do on this planet. That's why business is so easy for me now. That's why speaking and coming across the way I come across is so easy for me now. Why? Because I fell in love with my gift, the gift that was given to me. I spent time in it. You got to spend time in it. Why? Because when you start business, when you start on your purpose, you are going to attract people to you. My last two businesses, both over $1 million a year, got screwed over by business partners. Why? Because their intent behind having money was bad. The first business, over $500,000 stolen. Second business, millions. It happens, but that wasn't my intention, but it happens. Why? Because it is the love and the intent behind it. Don't get trapped in what other people are saying. That's why when I'm speaking and I'm coming across the way I come across, I start to tell people what is the definition word of what you are reading or what someone is saying. What are the principles behind what they are saying and what they are doing? Everything that I'm saying, the principles behind what I'm saying, if it's not biblical, then I'm not messing with it. Why? Because it is something that has been tried. It is something that has been tested. You can't listen to what other people say. Why? Because it just comes out of thin air. I don't like this thing. I don't want to follow my purpose. I don't even want to say this. I don't want to follow my purpose. I don't want to live in the calling that is on my life. I have been sent here for this assignment, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. There's $1 million goal for me that God has put inside of me to reach, but I don't want to do it. So when it comes time for my best friend to come to me, when it comes time for my sister, my brother to come to me for some advice, I'm going to tell them to don't do it, because money is the root of all evil. Understanding these things by yourself, separating yourself from people, and being alone, putting your head down, learning principles behind everything, your life will be so different. Take it upon yourself to learn these things. Like right now, don't take it from me. Go look up these words in the Bible. Every time I make a video, look up the things that I'm saying. Just don't take it from me. No, these are principles. If it's not biblical, it's from a book, or it's from something that I myself I have went through the pressure. I went through the time. I went through the effort to understand these things. So when I say it, it's real. If you've made it this far, then you understand that you are an automator. Automation creates a lifetime of freedom for you. Stay amped, stay pumped, and I'll see you in the next video. Watching me, you are going to be transformed and you are going to become rich. These are the secrets that the rich do not tell people. They don't share them. At the timing of this video, we have 294 subscribers. Thank you, and thank you. Oh, just breaking past the barrier of just recording is crazy. I'm recording live videos now on this channel, 1 to 2 a week. It might go up more, but right now we're doing 2 live videos a week. And every time I press the live button, I go, what am I supposed to say? Where am I at in space? Everything that I was gonna say just kind of disappeared because maybe somebody's watching me right now, like a movie. Like right now, somebody is watching me on the other side of this video. What are they thinking? Do they like what I'm saying? And then I just get lost. It is crazy, but that's what I gotta get used to, just being on camera all the time. Like right now, there's nobody in this room but me talking to myself. And I have no ceiling fan on, so I'm getting really hot right now. So hot, so hot, so hot, so hot. What do the rich tell people? The rich tell people to work really hard. Why? Because there's secrets in having money. There's secrets in getting wealthy. There's secrets that's shared amongst wealthy people. Like when you go into a room and people make over $100,000 a year, there's conversations that go on in that room that don't happen with people that make below $100,000 a year. When you get into a room where people make $500,000 a year, the conversations are different. When you get into a room where people make $1 million a year or more, the conversation changes. The conversation is so different. Why is that? Because they're secrets. There's secrets, there's a code of words that are said. Like once you make it to a certain level, you are part of the team. Once you make it to a certain level, the conversations are, how can I help boost you up? How can I utilize your network? How can we come together and do this thing? But you got to get into those rooms. That's what people really don't talk about. They talk about, oh, I want the mentor. I talk about it all the time. Get the mentor, be around the mentor. But it's about being in the rooms where things are happening. When I started going to conference after conference and reading book after book, my life started to change so much because I was around people that were talking different. I didn't understand it. Like my belief system was, I'm working this job as a personal trainer, which was my business, but it was still a job because I was trading time for money. But I'm working this job as a personal trainer and I'm trying to sell fitness on an hourly basis because I love it. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm trading time for money. But when I got around this guy, he looked at me sideways. He was like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, what do you mean, why am I doing that? This is my passion. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I was born to do. I was born to show people how to transform their body, which is going to transform their mind, because that's where I was at the time. He looked at me and said, that's good, but how much are you making? I'm like, I'm making anywhere from $50 an hour all the way up to $115 an hour. He looked at me like this. That's good. I'm like, why is he looking at me with pity? I just told him up to $115 an hour. At the time, that was a lot of money for me. And he said, people don't want the hard way to do things. They want the easy way to do things. That's why you gotta sell them the pill. You can't sell them the formula. And I was like, that still doesn't make sense to me. Like, what do you mean by I can't sell them the formula? Like, this is what I did to lose weight and they're losing weight. But he said, no, that's not how you make money. He said, watch this. He went on stage. We were at a conference. He got on stage. It was probably 30, 40 people in the audience, including me. And he sold $25,000 worth of information products, the pill, not the formula, of the same thing. Like, wait a second. You just made $25,000 selling information and it took you 45 minutes. I trained for an hour for $50 to $115 an hour. What is going on here? And he looked at me and said, that's why I was looking at you. I wasn't looking at you with pity, but I saw something inside of you that I was able to change. He saw the transformation. He saw where I was and where he can take me. And that's what transformation is. And in that time, my mind was blown. Why? Because the rich have conversations that are different from people that have a mindset of, in order to make this money, I gotta work hourly. And that's where my mind was. I have a business, but I'm still trading time for money. He had a business where it's, I'm going to take this product and I'm going to sell it to many. Why? Because people want the easy way of doing things. Even though he was still selling the formula, but it was packaged different. And after I got into that room, and it still took me a long time to truly understand what he was saying and how he went about it, but I lived my life different because of that. Rich people have different conversations. It's not about working hard and working. Like, I gotta work so hard to pull this money out. No, it's how do I use my brain and my words to impact and influence other people to get the work done for me. That's the secrets. That's the things that people truly don't understand. When you stay in self-development long enough, you will start to hear what I'm saying. When you hear what I'm saying, it will go down in your body to a subconscious level, and you will act differently in your life. After I left that room, I left the room with the understanding that there's ways to make money. $25,000 in 45 minutes to an hour. I had to go back to driving Lyft and Uber, hustling all night long, going to the airport for, let me tell you the schedule. Let me back up. Let me tell you the schedule. Waking up at 3:30 in the morning to drive 45 minutes to the airport, being there, making sure I had to clock in at 5 o'clock because I had to take a shuttle from the airport parking lot, make sure I clock in at 5 o'clock. I'm done by 1 or 2 o'clock, leave there, drive all the way home, take a rest for maybe an hour or two, and then go train for 3 to 4 hours. And then after that, go drive for another 4 to 5 hours. That was my life for so long. There's nothing wrong with putting your head down and getting to that work and understanding true work and true value, but working 12 to 16 hours a day, eventually you're going to burn out. And that's when my life truly changed. When I started to see people operate different. When you get into rooms where people are talking about how do I make $100,000 this month, things change. How do I make $1 million this year? Things change. But you got to get into that room, but you can't get into that room being where you are right now. Where are you right now in your life? Mentally, physically, and spiritually, that's holding you back from getting into those rooms. This is free access to people that are making lots of money. Go to conferences, get out of your comfort zone, be around people who are actually doing it. Show value to people that are actually doing it, and they will show you the way. There's secrets, there's a code that is said amongst rich people. And once you understand that code, your life will be transformed. Believe. And if you've made it this far, then you understand that we are building businesses and you are an automator. Automation creates a lifetime of freedom for you. Stay amped, stay pumped, and I'll see you in the next video. Your path, your rules. Nurture your inspirations. I remember long ago hearing this. Lisa Nichols said, you want your start to look like my middle. I make millions of dollars. My business is public. I speak in front of millions of people. I have a full staff of people. But you haven't even started yet. You want all the glitz and glamour. You want all these things, the lights, but you haven't even started yet. It's your path. I made a video, the hidden techniques that all successful people use. Watch that video right here, wherever it is. Watch that video. In that video, I talk about two things. I talk about being on the path, getting on that yellow brick road, and understanding the time that it takes for you to become that person that can have the big dream come to you. But you got to understand that it's your path and it's your rules. You make the rules up. You make the rules to your life. Get inspiration. What is inspiration? Inspiration is right in the middle of motivation is transformation. That motivation is you seeing me right now, pumping you up. Like I'm pumping you up, I'm amping you up, I'm giving you all of my energy so you can get the energy through this camera, so you can get motivated, so your mind can get stirred up. But that leads into inspiration. That's where you get the aha, like, whoa, that's the blueprint. In the motivation side, I got motivated, but now I see the blueprint. I'm just so inspired to move, to take action. Like, I feel this, feels good. I love the stories. But that leads into transformation, which is the permanent part. That is the actions. That is the highs and the lows and doing it. When you don't want to do it, that creates transformation. Motivation leads into inspiration, that leads into transformation. What is the point, Rob? The point is when you hear someone speak into your life through video, through books, through seminars, get the motivation, get the inspiration, but that transformation is yours. And it's yours to live. Once you get that blueprint, you live that blueprint. I had a business partner who wanted what I had that took me over a decade to get, 8 to 10 years. I said, I'm going to create $1 million business. I'm going to have $1 million income, but I'm going to work from home and I'm going to only work 1 to maybe 4 hours a week. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do that. Why? Because at the time, my son was 1.5 going on 2 years old, and all I wanted to do, because I never had a father in my life, all I wanted to do was be there as a father. I wanted to give him something like I'm going to give my next son the life that I never had. Financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, I'm going to be there as a present, powerful father before anything else. But on the outside, my business partner saw, wait, I'm doing this work and Rob gets to be at home. Yes, Rob gets to be at home because your start is not what my middle is. When you see someone out there, when you see someone so successful, remember the years that it took them to develop who they are. That's why I always talk about transformation, because there's a process that you can't skip. People want to tell you that it's so easy. There's easier ways to do things, but it is work. But you make up the rules. When you see those people out there doing that, remember it took them time. And your process is not going to be the exact same process. Get the blueprint. This is how I built my first $1 million business. This is how I built my YouTube channel now. This is how I wrote my first book. This is how I did these things. Take my blueprint. But you make the rules on how it's supposed to really look for your life. The way you wake up, the way you go to sleep, what you eat is not going to be the same thing as me. It's not going to be the next thing that somebody puts out there. It's not going to be that. Why? Because it is your life. You make the rules and you get inspired. You get inspired by other people. But it's your path. If you've made it this far, I love you. I love you because you're putting in the work. You're putting in the time. I love you if you haven't heard that today. You are an automator. Automation creates a lifetime of freedom for you. Stay amped, stay pumped, and I'll see you in the